It's Wednesday. Wednesday. Oh, Wednesday lunchtime. Have you had your lunch yet? Sort of like Rolf Harrison. Can you see what it is yet? Ugh, fucking nonce. Fucking nonce. Right, this should be a fun one. Bit more different. Um, you want to do? Should we? I'll tell you what. I'm trying to think which order to do this in. There's quite a lot to go through. Seatbelts on. Can you give us a fucking follow, please? Just please give it a follow. Give it a like. Give it a follow. Um, this is, I think you can see the last 2, 3 episodes. It's now going in a different direction. And this is going to link into something I'm going to tell you about what I'm going to be doing soon. And where this will get more attention. But the people now, I think it's like, the 10 people who watch this, you're the originals, you're the OGs. So when this explodes in the next 3, 4 months, you know, we've got each other's backs, me and you, 9 others. Um, but yeah, it's going to go in a different. It already is going in a different direction. If you watch the last 2, 3 episodes, certainly the last one, and then we did the more serious one with the family stuff. You can see which direction it's going in. It's still sincere. It's still real. I will still do this even if I'm having a bad day. So it's not going to be Stephen's trying to be funny today. It's, there will be bad days and stuff. Because I think that's important in terms of certainly portraying my mental health. I'll tell you what, we'll do that one straight away, mental health. So about a month and a half ago, I went to a doctor and he wanted to, well, he did. He wrote me a sick note. And I rejected it. I rejected it on a few counts. I felt work with opening the new restaurant, which is about 6, 7 weeks ago now. The process started about 2 months ago. Was a distraction I needed, and actually a distraction which would be beneficial. I've also had a few other people and a therapist turn around and say, yeah, be careful with that. Be careful. It's come to a point now where I think I've made so much progress. I'm not where I was 5 weeks ago. I think Gaia probably thinks that because she just hears or sees the bad stuff or the messages at 1 in the morning. But it's not like that. It's more complicated now. It's far more complicated now. And I think I've got as far as I've got with the recovery without a little help. So as of today, I've decided to take a little time off work. It's not going to be long. Maximum I'm going to take is a couple of weeks. I went to a doctor's. I spoke to my general manager today. I've emailed work. And I just think with everything that's been going on the last 2 months, it's 2.5 months, I feel my brain needs a rest. I'm making silly mistakes. I'm thinking stupid things, and I think I just need a rest now. I think for the first time in a few months, I need to put myself first. Even in that last month with Gaia, which was remarkable considering everything we were both going through. If I'm being honest, I was still putting her first. I was still putting Gaia first. I wasn't putting Stephen first. If I was putting Stephen first, I would have done things very differently. But you do that when you care and you love somebody. So yeah, I've decided to take some time off. I need to rest. I've got a few nice things planned as well. But I need to rest. I need to rest my brain, get some actual physical rest. I'm surviving off 4 or 5 hours sleep a night for 2.5 months. It's just not enough, and slowly that catches up on you. Okay, that's the first one. That's work. That's one of the serious ones. It's nothing to worry about. It's nothing to worry about. It is what it is. It's something I've been considering for a while, but I think we're at that point now where I can't go any further. It's like you're trying to lose weight or get a good body. You don't want a personal trainer, you can do it yourself, but eventually you might need that little push over the line. And this is the push over the line I need. Okay. So one, I've touched on one of these things before. But one of my friends a couple of times said you need to stop putting Gaia on a pedestal and looking up to her and reminding me she's not perfect. And as much as you think she's perfect, Stephen, she's not. And you need to stop putting her up there and actually putting her up as an equal and seeing the negatives of Gaia as well as the positives. So I've written a list, and this segment's called Gaia's Worst Traits. And so one of the first ones, just a little throwaway one, she would never pay me any compliments. She would never pay me any compliments, I think. Very rarely. Certainly in the second half of the relationship, she never paid me any compliments. It was very rare she said something nice to me. So I've told you that before. Okay. Another one. She farted a lot in bed. Really badly. So much so, the neighbours thought our drains were broke and called a plumber because we shared the same estate agents. And yeah, her farting at times on certain foods was unbearable. It would wake me up. And yeah, so her farting in bed was really, really quite aggressive, actually. So yeah, so we've got no compliments, farting in bed. Here's one, a weird one for you. She doesn't like paying for train fares. She likes to skip. She's a fare dodger on trains. She will usually do this by pretending to be an elderly person's child because she's quite short and will scurry behind them on a barrier. Another one, I remember, she will commonly hide in toilets on long train journeys. But because she's quite small, she's quite agile. So she's been seen, and this used to happen a lot in London on Turnpike Lane where we used to live, where she will skip over the barriers in one jump. It's quite remarkable to watch, actually. So yeah, that's 3. Farting, no compliments, and she's a fare dodger. This one's, I don't know if I should tell you this one. You see, I'm scared I'm burning some bridges here with these because these are quite personal. When we were having sex, oh God, I don't know if I should be telling you this. She would insist with having sex with her headphones on. Now, I don't know. I was never allowed to know what was playing in the headphones. Sometimes I think it was an audio book. Like, I'm sure there was, especially in the early stages of the relationship, it was Stephen Fry reading out Harry Potter. Take from that what you will. But yeah, and again, when you love somebody, you accept them for all their quirky traits and their weirdness. And I did. I still am. I'm besotted by her. She's perfect in every way, despite this list. You accept people for all their faults. I look at this list and go, I still love her. So yeah, for like large periods of time, unless we were on holiday, this wouldn't happen on a holiday. But when we'd have sex, yeah, especially at home, and it wasn't like the iPhone earbuds. These were like the big ones which go over your head. And she would insist, like we'd commonly have sex with her headphones on, and she would be listening to something. I think it was mainly audiobooks. But again, that's women and multitask better than us guys. So is that a negative? Um, Another one. Yeah, this was one which happened during COVID actually. Um, um, I won't go into details, and also I think the statute of limitations has passed now. Bit of a casual shoplifter. You know you did, honey. You know you did. Ugh. Um, those little lipsticks make them fit everywhere. You know what I mean? Uh, Naughty girl, naughty, naughty. Lip balms. One in the front, one in the back. Yeah, so casual shoplifting. That was a later thing in life. That never happened at the start. Yeah, that was definitely a post-COVID trauma thing. Maybe that was a long COVID symptom. You can't smell anything and shoplifting. Um, Weird. What else have we got there? Two more. Um, this was really bad, and this only happened, I think, twice. Um, and this only happened in London. I need to be really. No, fuck it, fuck it. I have to do this. I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for me. Um, in London, she'd get paralytically drunk. Now, Gaia, when she gets drunk, gets really dislikes the homeless people. So you'd have to, like, especially in Camden, where there's quite a few homeless people and around London Bridge, you'd have to plan your walk, like back to a taxi rank or back to Tube Stop, away from places there'd be homeless people. Because there's this one time in Camden, so I've got burps. We walked past this guy in a sleeping bag in this arch, and I was literally on my Uber app. This is why I took my eye off her. For 1 second, I took my eye off her, and she started urinating on him. She started urinating on a homeless man. Yeah, shocking, to be honest. Yeah. So I don't know if I should have mentioned that one. That was really bad. And lastly, this is a bit of a stupid one. She was also a Holocaust denier. That came out on date night number 3. I went for pizza, put Schindler's List on, and she said this didn't really happen, did it? I went, oh, the girl in the red dress and everything else was black and white. No, that didn't happen. I went, no, everything else. So yeah, she was a Holocaust denier. So there you go. Gaia's worst traits, and we'll be doing that every week from now on. Yeah. Okay, moving on. The weekend. I wonder if the weekend will still happen after that. I suddenly, like, my phone just starts pinging. Ping, ping, ping. You can fuck the hives, dickhead. Um, what are you gonna do? I'll still go. I'll buy a ticket outside. You can fuck off. And I've planned some nice things for Sunday that even you don't know about. You watch your fucking self. The weekend. Of course, I'm looking forward to it. And of course, I'm nervous about it. The best way to describe it is there is everything to lose and there's not much to gain. And let me just dive into that a bit further. There's not much to gain because we're not going to get back together at the end of the weekend. But maybe she might realise, because we have such a good weekend, oh, I do miss him, or I do miss this. But that's going to be still a gradual process. That's not going to happen on Monday morning. It's not going to happen on Tuesday. So And the percentages say, again, I've said maybe it's a 5% chance of us getting back together. Maybe at the end of the weekend that can go up to 10. So there's not much to gain from the weekend, apart from me seeing her and being in her company, which is all the reward I want. But there's a lot to lose from it. There's a lot to gain. There's a lot to lose from the weekend. I might say something I regret. I might do everything I promised I wouldn't do. And I might push her, keep pushing her and pushing her away. She might, over that weekend, realise, oh, what the fuck did I ever see in this guy? So, in that regard, there's everything to lose. Everything to lose this weekend. And not much to gain. I closed my eyes the other night. I've done this a couple of times the last 2 weeks. Of what's that going to feel like when I see her and I give her the biggest hug ever. Can you imagine if she does that Hilton Hotel thing? Which hotel was it? Maybe the Lowry. I can't remember anyway, it doesn't matter. We were outside this hotel and I went to hug her. And she literally went like that and pushed me away. And can you imagine if she did that on Saturday morning? She's not going to do that. Will she? Oh, God. But do you know what? Just getting back on point. I'm just going to stare at her fucking eyes. Certainly first hour, I'm just going to look at her so... This is my soulmate. Like, I haven't seen her in, it'll be 6 weeks. Spoke to her twice. I've heard her voice twice in those 6 weeks. I miss her so much. Like, I'm not even talking, again, not even as, of course I miss her as my girlfriend, of course I do, but just being with me and companionship, and she's my world, and I can't wait to see her. I just can't fucking wait. And I think there will be nice tears, not bad tears, because it'll be happiness. And again, all I've been doing the last few days, the last few weeks, is wanting to fast forward every day to this moment. But all I want to do on those days is pause time and freeze time and make those days last for hours and weeks and months and years on end, and pray that that weekend never ends. It's gonna be weird, but we need to talk on the Sunday. There's a few things we need to talk on and relook at. I'm not happy with the plan going forward. There has to be a few little adjustments to that. I can't do 2 months of not seeing her again or no contact there. It's just not going to work for me anymore. It's not fair on me. It's not going to work. But it's up to her as well. You know, she's in control. But there you go. I have a date tonight again. Same girl, relax. Yeah, nothing much. Just going to just go for a bite to eat. That's it, really. Just going for a bite to eat. It's not going to be a late one. But yeah, I'm just seeing if there's anything I've missed tonight. So yeah, I've seen her again, the Argentinian Diego fucking Maradona. Right, here's a weird one for you. As you know, I go to the Frog and Bucket every Monday night. And in the next few weeks, I'm going to be going on stage. The first time in many, 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 many years. And I've written a set. It's about 15 minutes long. I only need 5 minutes, but it's about 15 minutes long. And I did it in, I don't want to show off, but it'll probably show because how shit it is. I did it in about 5 minutes. It took me 5 minutes. And you can guess what most of it's about. and there was a weird one on Monday. I go there every fucking Monday. And I was there on Monday, and some people showed up. Some people showed up. Yeah, they did. Quite a few guys' work colleagues showed up. One of them I know. That same person I don't really like very much. I don't have much time for her. There's a reason, by the way. It's about her being very ungrateful and not appreciating something someone did for them. I'll go into that bitterness another day, maybe. The other two or three I've never met before, but I know them. Now, I don't think they saw me because I think they were above the balcony and I was below in a corner. Like, literally, I sit in a dark corner. I always ask for the same table. But it ruined my night, if I'm being honest. It ruined my fucking night. Because all I was thinking was, can you fucking imagine in 3 weeks' time, I'm up here doing my thing, doing my fucking dancing monkey act, you know, Coco the Bear in the Russian circus. I'm like, dun, dun, dun. And I'm doing that shit, and suddenly I look up and I see that fucking dickhead on the fucking balcony. That's gonna fucking fuck with my shit. I can't have that. Not for the first few times. And I've got another one lined up, not at the fucking bucket. So yeah, that's the route it's gonna go in. And again, I don't give a shit which direction it goes in. It's just about keeping me busy and me being happy again, and that's all part of it. I'll be honest though, I'm going to talk about this. I'm not going to spoil anything. One of the things that I'm worried about is if Gaia took me back, or I was happy, I have no material. A lot of his material is based on the fact that I am single, lonely, and depressed. And she left me. A well-laid Stephen is not, this isn't going to fucking work. So I think it's in my interest to stay this way for financial means. But you do everything for your art, don't you? Okay, that's it, you little twats. I'll see you later. Wow, that's 23 minutes. Poor you. Bye-bye.